So we're going to build up a little bit of speed, so we're going to need a little bit more this time, about 35 to 40 miles an hour this time. And then we're going to start off over on the right hand side, a little turn and kick of the power, and then straight. And that certainly gets my attention.
Well done.
So what we'll do, let's skidding at the back end, we're controlling it, that's your normal skid control like you'd have to do in the snow and ice. Now what I'm doing, I'm changing the display, can you see it shows you where the front wheels are?
Yeah.
So it means you can see exactly what I'm doing with the front wheels. So a little bit of power, back of the car slides, and we're just basically correcting the skid using the steering.
Yeah.
Now we can take that a little bit further, because if I add a bit of power, you can feel we can just keep the car sliding. Now that, we run out of steering at about 28 degrees. So that is about as much as we can slide. And again, a little bit too much power. And round we go.
That's about the second time in my life I've done that.
That's good going. When was the first? I know them. They do make very good.
I was with sales with them, so I spent my life behind them. Really.
Did you ever, because Ferodo used to do a lot in racing, did you ever get a chance to do anything on track?
Oh yeah.
Because that must have been great, having the chance to do things like that.
Well, it was, because the name opened all the doors.
Yeah. Because they were heavily involved in a lot of motorsport and things like that.
Yeah. I was very lucky, really.
But as you can with the car. So we're going to approach the corner wide, bring the car in nice and tight. Can you see how little I'm moving the steering wheel? Yeah. Every time you turn the steering wheel, you're slowing the car down. So round we go again, nice and smooth, bringing the car over into the next corner. So each corner should be one movement of the steering wheel, not having to correct it at all as I go through.
Yeah.
So what I'll do, I'll talk you through the course this time round. Now the first corner is actually quite difficult, it's tighter than it looks. So it's always worth coming to it wide, and then I just touch the white line, and then steer a straight line, and then bring
you went
the
over
car
those
round.
white lines there.
I like to try and straight line it.
Straight away.
So that's it. Failed my test. What were we saying? So this one is actually downhill. It's a very difficult corner. This one. It's downhill and it's quite slow on the way in. But what you want is as much speed out of the corner, because you've got the long straight at the end of it. So down here we're going to get up to about 90-95 miles an hour, and then you've got to brake hard just before the 50-yard board. Braking hard, dropping into third gear, bring the car in, but don't go too wide. There's a slope on that runoff and it'll pull you onto the grass if you've got too much of the car onto that tarmac.
Yeah.
And it's a big stop, you've really got to slow down into this right-hander. These are very tight hairpins, so into the left-hander, bringing the car round, middle of the road, touch that white line again. Should we try that a little bit faster?
Get the white line, I'll tell you.
That's it. So the back end is sliding a little bit, heavy braking into second for the bottom corner. It's slow in, but now we can feed in the power.
Yeah, you went on the white line there.
It's the voice of my conscience, it seems to me. So that's up to 90, and then braking hard into third gear, bring the car in. You just feel the front of the car sliding. Touch the white line there as well. And then in we go, bring the nose in. And
you've got a wonderful bloody job.
It is tough.
How do you get your job?
Oh well, the primary list is long.
Is it? And all this fun you have.
Well, that's it. I'd like to say I work, but I don't really. I do have a lot of fun though. And you feel the back end just sliding with all that power. Downhill into second gear for this one, and now power, and you'll feel the back end just sliding with all that power.
I actually think there's people fighting for your job.
Oh And for a big car, it's wonderfully balanced.
You notice how much confidence we got in you, don't you?
Well, that's it.
I don't even put the foot brake on.
I was going to say, you noticed you got a brake. But it's an awful lot of fun. Do you want to go for another lap?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I like. But you see what I mean about it being different to the off-roading? You wouldn't want to do this in the off-roading.
Yeah, but you would get disqualified because you crossed some white lines.
Get all the penalties. And you feel as the tyres get a bit more grip and a bit more temperature, you can actually sort of take a few more liberties. You can feel we can really use the brakes a lot more. We're getting a little bit more grip through the corners now, and it sort of makes sense of what you hear on the F1 when they say, you know, you must get heating the tyres, heating the brakes. And that corner's beautiful if you get it right. The car just drives the whole way through the corner. And they're such nice cars. Once you sort of get comfortable with them.
You still alive in the background?
Just about, yeah.
I can still see the camera moving. It's good. It's good. But yeah, they're very different, and that soundtrack. I mean,
It's gorgeous.
it sounds absolutely fantastic.
How many headlights has he got on there?
Whee.